The Galactic Rumor. In the vast expanse of the galaxy, where countless stars and planets glimmer in the cold void of space, the Galactic Council convened for another routine meeting. This council was a gathering of representatives from various alien species who had come together to maintain peace and manage the complex politics of the galaxy. Each member of the council had a distinct appearance and mannerism, reflecting their unique homeworlds and cultures. On this particular day, the council's hall was buzzing with a sense of anticipation. News had arrived from a lesser-known sector of the galaxy, Earth, the home planet of the humans. The news was unlike anything they had heard before. It began as a whisper among the alien diplomats, but had quickly grown into a topic of heated discussion. The rumor was about a human project of unprecedented scale, a warship called a Battlestar. Krex, a tall, green-skinned alien with multiple eyes, was the first to speak. His voice was low and rumbly, and he looked around at his fellow council members. "I have heard strange reports about humans. They are building something called a Battlestar. Has anyone else heard about this?" Yara, a small winged alien with delicate antennae, fluttered her wings in surprise. "A Battlestar? I thought it was just a rumor. Can they really build something like that? Humans are primitive compared to us." The council's most senior member, Zorak, a wise and ancient being from a planet with harsh environments, raised his hand. "I have received similar reports from our scouts. They say that the Battlestar is not just a myth but a real project. According to their information, it is a massive warship, far beyond anything we've seen from humans before." The room erupted into chatter as the members processed this new information. The idea of humans creating a warship of such magnitude was both intriguing and alarming. For centuries, humans had been considered an emerging species, but their technological advancements had always seemed limited compared to the established alien civilizations. The concept of a Battlestar, a ship capable of changing the balance of power, was difficult for many to believe. A slender, silver-skinned alien named Tilar spoke next. His voice was smooth, but his eyes were filled with concern. "If these reports are true, this Battlestar could be a significant threat. We must investigate further. If humans are capable of such advancements, it could shift the balance of power in the galaxy." The debate grew heated as different members voiced their opinions. Some argued that the Battlestar was a bluff, a way for humans to scare other species into submission. Others feared that it was a genuine threat and that the council needed to act quickly to understand its true capabilities. At this point, a young, enthusiastic representative named Vela, from a race known for their curiosity, piped up. "Why don't we send a delegation to Earth? We could get first-hand information about this Battlestar. It would be better than relying on incomplete reports and rumors." Zorak nodded thoughtfully. "That is a reasonable suggestion. A delegation could assess the situation and report back. We need to know the truth before making any decisions. If this Battlestar is real, we must understand its capabilities and implications." The council members agreed to the idea. They began discussing the details of the mission, selecting representatives and ensuring that they were equipped with the best technology to gather accurate information. It was decided that the delegation would include experts in human technology and diplomacy to navigate the complexities of the situation. As the meeting adjourned, the members of the Galactic Council dispersed, each carrying the weight of the new information. The rumor of the Battlestar had set off a chain of events that would lead to new discoveries and perhaps even conflict. The delegation's journey to Earth would be a crucial step in uncovering the truth behind the mysterious Battlestar and its potential impact on the galaxy. In the quiet moments after the meeting, Zorak stared out into the vastness of space from his chamber. He pondered the implications of the human project and what it might mean for the future of the galaxy. The Battlestar could be a game-changer, a weapon of unimaginable power that could alter the dynamics of interstellar relations. The Council's decision to investigate was just the beginning of a new chapter in galactic history. Back on Earth, the Battlestar project continued in secrecy. The humans working on it were unaware of the stir they had caused among the galaxy's most advanced species. They focused on their tasks, driven by a sense of purpose and the ambition to create something that would secure their place in the stars. The stage was set for a dramatic revelation. As the Galactic Council's delegation prepared for their journey, the anticipation grew. The truth about the Battlestar and what it meant for the galaxy was about to be uncovered. And with it, the galaxy's perception of humanity would forever change. This is where the story truly begins. The rumors of the Battlestar had set off a series of events that would test alliances, challenge perceptions, and perhaps lead to a new understanding between humans and the rest of the galaxy. The human plan. In a hidden corner of Earth, away from prying eyes and cosmic curiosity, the Battlestar project was in full swing. The site was a sprawling facility buried deep within a mountain range, shielded from both satellites and spies. Here, humans were hard at work, driven by ambition and secrecy. The facility was abuzz with activity. Engineers, scientists, and technicians moved swiftly through the massive construction halls, their faces lit by the glow of screens and the hum of machinery. The Battlestar was unlike any ship humanity had ever attempted. It was colossal, a testament to human ingenuity and determination. The project was the brainchild of some of the best minds on Earth, and it had consumed every ounce of their attention and resources. Dr. Emily Carter, the chief engineer of the Battlestar project, stood at the center of the main assembly area. She was a tall woman with sharp features and an intense focus that reflected years of dedication. Her eyes scanned the massive frame of the Battlestar, still under construction but already an impressive sight. The ship's hull, made of advanced alloys, was nearly complete. Its sleek, angular design hinted at its formidable capabilities. "Is everything on schedule?" Dr. Carter asked as she approached a group of engineers working on the ship's outer plating. "Yes, Dr. Carter," replied one of the engineers. "We're making excellent progress. The structural integrity tests are going well, and we should be ready for the next phase in a few weeks." Dr. Carter nodded, her expression a mix of satisfaction and worry. The Battlestar was more than just a ship. It was a symbol of human progress and a key to their future in the galaxy. But with every breakthrough came new challenges. She had to ensure that every detail was perfect, that the Battlestar would meet the ambitious goals set for it. Meanwhile, in a nearby control room, Captain James Thompson, the project's military liaison, was reviewing the latest simulations and data. Captain Thompson was a seasoned officer with a reputation for precision and tactical brilliance. He was responsible for ensuring that the Battlestar's weapon systems and defenses were up to standard. "How are the weapons systems holding up?" Dr. Carter asked as she entered the control room. "Better than expected," Captain Thompson replied, pointing to a series of charts and holographic displays. "We've tested the energy shields and railguns extensively. The Battlestar's offensive and defensive systems are ahead of schedule. If we maintain this pace, we should be ready for our first live fire test soon." Dr. Carter looked at the data with a mix of pride and concern. The Battlestar was not just a technological marvel. It was also a formidable weapon designed to protect humanity and project their power into the galaxy. The secrecy surrounding the project had kept the details hidden from other nations, and more importantly, from the Galactic Council that had recently shown interest. The secrecy of the Battlestar was a double-edged sword. On one hand, it allowed the project to progress without interference. On the other hand, it meant that the team had to be constantly vigilant, ensuring that their work remained confidential and their plans were executed flawlessly. In a secure briefing room, Dr. Carter and Captain Thompson met with a select group of high-ranking officials. The room was filled with tension as the officials discussed the implications of the Battlestar. "This ship will change everything," General Richards, a high-ranking military officer, said with a grim expression. "The Galactic Council has taken notice. We must be prepared for their response. They could see this as a threat and act accordingly." Dr. Carter took a deep breath before addressing the room. "Our goal is to establish a presence in the galaxy, not to provoke a conflict. The Battlestar is meant to ensure our security and assert our place among the stars. We must be ready for any eventuality, including diplomatic and military responses." The officials nodded in agreement. The Battlestar was a bold statement, a declaration that humanity was no longer a minor player in the galactic arena. It was a message to the galaxy that Earth had advanced far beyond its previous limitations and was ready to compete on a larger stage. As the meeting concluded, Dr. Carter and Captain Thompson returned to their respective duties. They knew that the completion of the Battlestar was only the beginning. Once the ship was operational, it would need to be tested in various scenarios to ensure its effectiveness. They also had to prepare for the inevitable reactions from other civilizations. Back at the construction site, the workers continued their tasks, their determination unshaken. The Battlestar was more than just a ship. It was a symbol of human resilience and ingenuity. Every weld, every circuit, and every piece of technology contributed to a greater purpose, one that would soon be revealed to the galaxy. The project was nearing a critical phase. As the Battlestar began to take shape, its sheer size and advanced features became apparent. The ship was a marvel of engineering, with a sleek design that promised both speed and power. Its weapon systems were designed to be formidable, capable of defending against and neutralizing threats. As the final components were installed, the project team prepared for the next stage: testing and demonstration. They knew that the Battlestar's debut would be watched closely, both by their own people and by the galaxy. The stakes were high, and the consequences of their success or failure would resonate far beyond Earth. The countdown to the Battlestar's first public appearance had begun. The galaxy would soon witness the culmination of human effort and ambition. As the project team worked tirelessly to bring their vision to life, they knew that their creation would change the course of history. The Battlestar was not just a ship. It was a declaration that humanity was ready to take its place among the stars. Alien surveillance. In the dark, silent void of space, alien spaceships moved with precision and stealth. Their mission was clear: gather information on the human Battlestar project. The galaxy was abuzz with rumors of this new warship, and many alien species were eager to learn more. On board a sleek, silver vessel called the Spectra, an alien known as Commander Zorix peered at the holographic displays in front of him. Zorix was a member of the Zoraxians, a race known for their advanced technology and cunning intelligence. His eyes, large and almond-shaped, scanned the data streaming in from Earth. "Captain Relo," Zorix said, his voice calm but firm. "What do we have on the human project?" Captain Relo, a small but sharp-eyed Zoraxian, responded. "Commander, our sensors have detected unusual activity on Earth. They are indeed building something massive, far beyond their usual technology. Our latest scans confirm that the Battlestar is not a fabrication. It's real." Zorix nodded, his expression thoughtful. "We need to get closer. We must observe the construction closely to understand its full capabilities. If this Battlestar is as advanced as we suspect, it could change everything." The Spectra moved silently towards Earth, its cloaking technology making it nearly invisible to human sensors. As it approached, the crew focused on gathering detailed data. They used high-resolution scanners and listening devices to capture every bit of information they could. On the surface of Earth, the Battlestar construction site was bustling with activity. Workers and engineers moved with purpose, unaware of the alien presence just above their heads. The construction was proceeding on schedule, and the ship's enormous frame was starting to take shape. Meanwhile, back on the Spectra, Zorix and his team analyzed the incoming data. The holographic displays showed the Battlestar's design and components in great detail. The ship was indeed a marvel of engineering, with advanced weapon systems and powerful shields. "This ship is unlike anything we've seen," Zorix said, reviewing the data. "Its energy output alone is off the charts. It's clear that the humans have developed technology that surpasses their previous capabilities." Captain Relo tapped a few controls, bringing up images of the ship's weapons and defenses. The Battlestar's weapons are impressive. It appears to have several types of energy-based armaments and an impressive array of defensive measures. The humans are serious about their new warship. The team worked late into the night, compiling their findings and preparing a detailed report for their superiors. Zorix knew that this information would be crucial for the Galactic Council's next steps. The presence of such a powerful vessel posed a significant challenge and opportunity. Across the galaxy, other alien species were also taking notice. The Spectra was not the only ship observing Earth. Various factions, each with their own interests and concerns, had dispatched their own scouts to gather information. The news of the Battlestar had sparked a wave of activity, with each race trying to understand what this new development meant for their own future. On a different part of the galaxy, the Galactic Council held an emergency meeting to discuss the latest reports. The room was filled with representatives from numerous species, each with their own perspective on the human Battlestar. "I have received updates from our observers," said Xylar, a tall, reptilian alien with a commanding presence. "The Battlestar is indeed real, and its capabilities are impressive. We must decide how to respond." A debate ensued among the council members. Some argued for immediate action, suggesting that a preemptive strike might be necessary to neutralize the potential threat. Others advocated for a more cautious approach, recommending further observation and diplomatic efforts. "We need to be careful," said Yara, a representative known for her diplomatic skills. "If the humans are as advanced as these reports suggest, any aggressive action on our part could lead to an unwanted conflict. We should explore all possible diplomatic channels before taking any drastic measures." The council members debated heatedly, weighing the pros and cons of each approach. The Battlestar had created a rift in the delicate balance of power, and the galaxy was on edge. The decision on how to handle this new development would have far-reaching consequences. Back on the Spectra, Zorix and his team prepared to transmit their findings to their home world. The data they had collected was comprehensive and detailed, providing a clear picture of the Battlestar's capabilities. They knew that this information would be critical in shaping their own response and in advising their leaders on the best course of action. As the Spectra turned away from Earth, Zorix felt a mix of anticipation and unease. The galaxy was on the brink of a significant change, and the arrival of the Battlestar marked the beginning of a new era of interstellar relations. The next steps taken by the Galactic Council and the other races would determine the future of the galaxy and the role that humanity would play in it. The Battlestar, a symbol of human ambition and technological advancement, was now firmly on the radar of the galaxy's most powerful species. How the galaxy would react to this new development was uncertain, but one thing was clear: the presence of the Battlestar had set the stage for a new chapter in galactic history. The Battlestar unveiled. The day had finally arrived. After months of intense work, secrecy, and anticipation, the human Battlestar was ready for its grand unveiling. The atmosphere at the construction site was electric, charged with excitement and pride. Engineers, scientists, military personnel, and high-ranking officials gathered to witness the momentous event. Dr. Emily Carter stood at the forefront, her heart racing with a mix of pride and nerves. The massive hull of the Battlestar gleamed under the artificial lights, a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. The ship's sleek, imposing silhouette stretched high into the sky, a marvel of modern engineering. It was a sight that promised both power and sophistication. Captain James Thompson, alongside Dr. Carter, was ready to present the Battlestar's capabilities to the world. His uniform was crisp and his demeanor was confident. He had been involved in every step of the Battlestar's development and was eager to showcase its potential. As the crowd gathered, the excitement was palpable. News channels from around the world were broadcasting live, and reporters buzzed with anticipation. The unveiling was not only a significant milestone for the Battlestar project, but also a statement to the galaxy. "Ladies and gentlemen," Dr. Carter's voice rang out through the loudspeakers, "today marks a historic moment for humanity. We are proud to present the Battlestar, our most ambitious and advanced creation yet." The crowd erupted into applause as the enormous doors of the construction hangar slowly slid open, revealing the full grandeur of the Battlestar. The ship's sleek design, combined with its imposing size, left everyone in awe. Its surface was adorned with intricate patterns and advanced technologies that glowed with a soft, bluish light. Captain Thompson stepped forward, holding a small remote control. With a press of a button, the Battlestar's external lights flickered on, revealing its full array of features. The ship's energy shields shimmered, creating a protective aura around it. The audience watched in awe as the Battlestar's systems came to life, demonstrating its advanced technology. "Now let me show you some of the Battlestar's key features," Captain Thompson continued. "This ship is equipped with the latest advancements in weaponry, including energy railguns and plasma torpedoes. Its defensive systems are among the most sophisticated in the galaxy, designed to withstand and repel even the most formidable threats." The Battlestar's weapon systems were displayed through a series of holographic projections. The crowd watched as the ship's energy railguns fired harmless test shots into the sky, creating brilliant trails of light. The defensive shields were demonstrated by intercepting simulated incoming projectiles, showcasing their effectiveness. Dr. Carter then took the stage again. In addition to its weapons and defenses, the Battlestar features advanced propulsion systems that allow it to travel at high speeds and maneuver with precision. This ship represents the culmination of years of research and development, and it is a testament to what humanity can achieve when we work together. As the presentation continued, the Battlestar's various systems were demonstrated, including its command and control center, which featured a sleek, high-tech interface. The ship's interior was revealed through a series of virtual tours, showcasing its advanced living quarters, laboratories, and operational facilities. The crowd's reaction was a mix of amazement and curiosity. The Battlestar was undeniably impressive, and its technological prowess was evident. However, there were also whispers of concern and questions about its implications for the galaxy. Meanwhile, on a distant part of the galaxy, the Galactic Council watched the live broadcast with keen interest. Representatives from various species observed the Battlestar's unveiling, their expressions a blend of fascination and apprehension. The ship's advanced technology and sheer scale were impressive, but they also raised important questions about the future of interstellar relations. Zorix, the Zoraxian commander who had been monitoring the project, reported back to his superiors. "The Battlestar has been unveiled, and its capabilities are even more impressive than we anticipated. The humans have developed a ship that could potentially shift the balance of power in the galaxy. We need to assess our next steps carefully." The council members discussed the implications of the Battlestar's unveiling. Some proposed diplomatic efforts to understand the humans' intentions and to establish a dialogue. Others suggested preparing for potential conflicts, given the ship's formidable capabilities. Back on Earth, as the ceremony drew to a close, Dr. Carter and Captain Thompson were met with congratulations and praise. The Battlestar project had been a monumental achievement, and the successful unveiling marked a significant milestone for humanity. As the crowd dispersed and the excitement began to settle, Dr. Carter took a moment to reflect. The Battlestar was now a reality, and its debut had made a significant impact. But the unveiling was only the beginning. The true test of the Battlestar's role in the galaxy would come with time. The Battlestar, with its advanced technology and powerful capabilities, had set the stage for a new chapter in human history. As the ship rested in its hangar, its systems humming quietly, the future remained uncertain. The galaxy had been given a glimpse of what humanity was capable of, and the responses from other civilizations would shape the next steps in this unfolding story. Alien response. The unveiling of the Battlestar sent ripples throughout the galaxy. The spectacle of such an advanced warship, constructed by a species previously considered technologically modest, had stirred a storm of reactions among alien civilizations. News of the event traveled quickly, reaching every corner of the galaxy and sparking a flurry of activity among various alien factions. On the planet of Siloria, home to the Tylorians, a race known for their diplomatic prowess and cautious nature, the news was met with a mixture of concern and intrigue. The Tylorian High Council convened urgently to discuss the implications of the Battlestar's unveiling. Fellow council members, began High Chancellor Eldara, her voice calm yet firm. We have witnessed the unveiling of a human warship of unprecedented scale and capability. This ship, the Battlestar, poses a significant shift in the balance of power. A holographic projection of the Battlestar flickered in the center of the council chamber. The Silorians examined the ship's features, their faces reflecting a range of emotions from awe to anxiety. The humans have shown remarkable advancements, noted Councillor Tarek. Such a vessel could potentially alter our strategic landscape. We must decide whether to engage in diplomacy or prepare for possible contingencies. The council debated vigorously. Some members advocated for immediate diplomatic outreach to understand human intentions and establish communication channels. Others argued for increased military readiness, fearing that the Battlestar could be a prelude to aggressive expansion. Diplomacy must be our first approach, Eldara concluded after the debate. We need to learn more about the human intentions behind the Battlestar. Let us send a diplomatic envoy to Earth to open dialogue and assess their stance. Across the galaxy, on the desert planet Nexer, the Nexerians, a warlike species known for their military prowess, reacted differently. The Nexerian War Council was convened in their heavily fortified command center. The Nexerians viewed the Battlestar as both a challenge and an opportunity. Humans have constructed a warship of impressive scale, General Korak declared, his voice filled with admiration and determination. This vessel could either be a powerful ally or a formidable enemy. We must prepare ourselves for both scenarios. The Nexerians quickly set their plans into motion. They increased their military drills and started developing new technologies to counter potential threats posed by the Battlestar. The Nexerians also began covertly gathering intelligence on human military strategies and technologies. Let us not underestimate the humans, General Korak said. Their Battlestar may well be a game-changer. We must ensure our forces are ready and capable of meeting any challenge. Meanwhile, the Zoraxian Empire, led by Commander Zorix, was also assessing the situation. The Zoraxians had been closely monitoring the Battlestar's development and were now preparing their response. Zorix convened a high-level meeting with his advisors. The room was filled with tension as the holographic display showed detailed scans of the Battlestar. The Battlestar is a formidable asset, Zorix said, his tone serious. We must determine our position carefully. Direct confrontation could be risky, but the presence of such advanced technology necessitates a strategic response. The Zoraxians decided to enhance their own technological capabilities and fortify their positions. They also prepared a series of covert operations to further investigate human activities and intentions. As the galaxy's most influential species prepared their responses, the Galactic Council held another emergency session to address the new developments. Representatives from various races gathered, their discussions animated and urgent. We must consider the broader implications of the Battlestar, said Xylar, the reptilian representative. Its existence could lead to a shift in alliances and power dynamics. How we respond will shape our future relations with humanity. The council members debated the potential consequences of the Battlestar. Some suggested forming a united front to ensure that humanity understood the gravity of their new capabilities. Others recommended fostering cooperation and engagement to integrate humanity into the galactic community. After lengthy discussions, the council reached a consensus. They would send a formal message to Earth, acknowledging the Battlestar and requesting a meeting to discuss its implications. The goal was to establish a framework for peaceful coexistence and collaboration, while also addressing any potential concerns. Back on Earth, the human leadership awaited the galaxy's response with a mixture of anticipation and caution. The Battlestar had already made a significant impact, and the next steps would be crucial in shaping humanity's role in the galaxy. Dr. Emily Carter and Captain James Thompson having been at the forefront of the Battlestar project, were now faced with the challenge of navigating interstellar diplomacy and managing the expectations of other civilizations. As they reviewed the incoming messages and diplomatic overtures, they knew that the future of humanity's place in the galaxy was at stake. The Battlestar had opened a new chapter, one filled with both opportunities and uncertainties. How humanity would navigate these challenges would determine their path forward and their role in the cosmic stage. The galaxy was watching, and every action taken by humanity would be scrutinized. The Battlestar was not just a ship. It was a symbol of a new era in interstellar relations. The future of humanity and its place among the stars was now in the balance. Human demonstration. The anticipation across the galaxy was palpable. Following the unveiling of the Battlestar, other alien species were eager to see the ship in action. In response, the human leadership decided it was time to showcase the Battlestar's capabilities to the galaxy, aiming to demonstrate both its power and the peaceful intentions behind its development. On Earth, the scene at the Battlestar's testing facility was buzzing with activity. The vast space around the ship was meticulously prepared for a series of live demonstrations. The air was filled with excitement and a hint of tension as engineers and military personnel made final adjustments. Dr. Emily Carter and Captain James Thompson stood together on the observation deck, overlooking the preparations. Dr. Carter was focused, her face reflecting both determination and nerves. Captain Thompson was equally engaged, his eyes scanning the various readouts and monitoring systems. "We want to make sure this demonstration goes off without a hitch," Dr. Carter said, her voice steady. "It's crucial that we show the galaxy our capabilities, but also our commitment to peace." Captain Thompson nodded in agreement. "Everything is set. The live fire tests will showcase our defensive and offensive systems. We'll also run simulations to demonstrate our ship's maneuverability and speed." The demonstration was scheduled to include several key elements. First, the Battlestar's weapon systems would be put to the test. Next, its defensive capabilities would be showcased. And finally, the ship's speed and maneuverability would be demonstrated. As the sun set over the testing facility, the Battlestar was illuminated by powerful spotlights. The ship stood proudly against the darkening sky, a symbol of human achievement and ambition. The first phase of the demonstration began with a series of weapon tests. The Battlestar's energy railguns fired precision shots at unmanned targets positioned at varying distances. The weapons performed flawlessly, striking the targets with pinpoint accuracy and creating bright, explosive impacts. The audience, consisting of human military officials, scientists, and a few invited representatives from other species, watched with interest. Dr. Carter addressed the crowd. "The energy railguns are designed to provide both rapid fire and high impact. Their accuracy and power are integral to the Battlestar's offensive capabilities." Next, the Battlestar's defensive systems were put through their paces. The ship's energy shields were activated, creating a shimmering barrier around it. Simulated incoming projectiles were launched at the Battlestar, but the shields intercepted and neutralized them with impressive efficiency. The audience watched in awe as the Battlestar's defensive systems flawlessly protected the ship from the simulated attacks. Captain Thompson explained, "The Battlestar's defensive shields are designed to withstand significant impacts. They are adaptive, capable of adjusting their strength based on the threat level." As the defensive tests concluded, the final phase of the demonstration began. The Battlestar's propulsion systems were showcased, revealing the ship's remarkable speed and agility. The ship moved gracefully through the sky, performing a series of complex maneuvers and demonstrating its advanced navigational capabilities. The audience was impressed by the Battlestar's ability to change direction and speed with precision. Dr. Carter addressed the crowd once more. "The Battlestar's propulsion systems allow it to operate effectively in a variety of conditions. Its speed and maneuverability are key factors in both offensive and defensive operations." The demonstration concluded with a grand display of the Battlestar's overall capabilities. The ship hovered above the testing facility, its various systems working in harmony. A final showcase of its integrated systems provided a comprehensive overview of the ship's technological prowess. As the demonstration came to an end, the audience erupted into applause. The Battlestar had performed admirably, and the display had effectively communicated the ship's capabilities and the potential it held. Among the spectators was a small group of alien representatives who had been invited to witness the demonstration. Their reactions were varied. Some appeared impressed, nodding in approval, while others remained cautious, taking note of the ship's advanced technology. Dr. Carter and Captain Thompson approached the alien representatives after the demonstration. They were eager to engage in dialogue and answer any questions that might arise. "Thank you for attending our demonstration," Dr. Carter said, offering a warm smile. "We hope this has provided you with a clear understanding of the Battlestar's capabilities and our intentions." One of the alien representatives, a tall blue-skinned being named Arian, responded, "The Battlestar is indeed impressive. We have seen its power and sophistication firsthand. However, we must also consider its implications for interstellar relations. Your demonstration has shown that you possess advanced technology, but how you choose to use it will be crucial." Captain Thompson nodded. "We are committed to maintaining peaceful relations with other species. The Battlestar is a tool for defense and security, not for aggression. We hope to work together to ensure a stable and cooperative galactic environment." The conversation continued, with Dr. Carter and Captain Thompson addressing various questions and concerns. The demonstration had provided a platform for open dialogue and mutual understanding. As the representatives departed, the human team felt a sense of accomplishment. The Battlestar had proven its capabilities, and the demonstration had set the stage for future interactions with other civilizations. The galaxy had been given a glimpse of humanity's technological advancements and intentions. The next steps would involve navigating the complex web of interstellar relations and working towards a future where cooperation and mutual respect were paramount. The Battlestar, a symbol of human progress, had opened the door to new possibilities in the vast expanse of space. Galactic realignment. The unveiling and demonstration of the Battlestar had set off a wave of activity across the galaxy. The impressive display of human technological prowess had caused many species to reassess their strategies and alliances. The political and military landscape of the galaxy was shifting, and the implications of the Battlestar were beginning to unfold. On Zoraxia, the Zoraxian Empire was in the midst of a high-level meeting. The room was filled with tension as Zorix, the Zoraxian commander, and his advisors discussed the recent developments. "The Battlestar is a formidable asset," Zorix began, his voice steady but intense. "The demonstration proved that humanity is a force to be reckoned with. We must reconsider our stance and strategies regarding them." His advisor, General Corrin, nodded in agreement. "The Battlestar's capabilities are impressive, but we should not act hastily. We need to understand the broader implications of its presence. There could be opportunities for both alliances and conflicts." Zorix considered this. "Our immediate goal should be to strengthen our defenses and enhance our technology. At the same time, we should open channels for diplomatic engagement with humanity. Understanding their intentions will be crucial." The Zoraxians quickly set about implementing their new strategies. They fortified their military positions and increased their intelligence-gathering efforts. They also began preparing for potential diplomatic overtures, aiming to establish a more nuanced relationship with humanity. On Siloria, the High Council was also in a state of flux. The unveiling of the Battlestar had prompted a reassessment of their diplomatic strategies. High Chancellor Eldara and her council members were deeply engrossed in discussions. "We must consider the potential impact of the Battlestar on our diplomatic relations," Eldara stated. "Humanity has demonstrated significant technological advancements. It is in our best interest to approach them with caution, but also with an open mind." Councillor Tarek added, "We need to evaluate our current alliances and prepare for possible shifts in power dynamics. The Battlestar could be a game-changer in terms of galactic politics." The Tylorians decided to engage in proactive diplomacy with humanity. They sent a delegation to Earth to explore possibilities for cooperation and to ensure that their own interests were safeguarded. The Xylorians hoped to form a balanced relationship with the humans, one that could benefit both parties while maintaining stability in the galaxy. On the desert planet of Nexar, the Nexarians were preparing for potential conflicts. General Korak, who had been closely monitoring the situation, convened a war council to discuss their response. The Battlestar is a serious threat to our military dominance, General Korak said. We must enhance our own capabilities and prepare for any potential confrontations. At the same time, we should not overlook the possibility of forming strategic alliances. The Nexarians accelerated their military research and development, focusing on new technologies and strategies to counter the Battlestar's capabilities. They also began evaluating their alliances and considering new partnerships that could help them navigate the changing galactic landscape. Meanwhile, the Galactic Council was working to address the shifting dynamics. Representatives from various species gathered to discuss the implications of the Battlestar's unveiling and to formulate a unified response. We are witnessing a realignment of power, said Xylar, the reptilian representative. The Battlestar has introduced a new factor into our interstellar relations. We must work together to manage this transition and ensure that it leads to greater stability rather than conflict. The council members debated various strategies, including forming new coalitions and strengthening existing alliances. They also discussed the importance of open communication with humanity to avoid misunderstandings and to build a framework for peaceful coexistence. As the galaxy's political and military factions adjusted to the new reality, humanity was also reevaluating its position. Dr. Emily Carter and Captain James Thompson were engaged in ongoing discussions with representatives from various species. They were working to address concerns and to foster positive relations with other civilizations. Dr. Carter addressed a gathering of human leaders. The Battlestar has achieved its purpose of showcasing our capabilities, but it is now our responsibility to navigate the complex web of interstellar relations. We must be clear about our intentions and work towards building cooperative partnerships. Captain Thompson added, we have an opportunity to shape our future in the galaxy. By engaging in open dialogue and pursuing peaceful interactions, we can build a positive reputation and establish ourselves as a responsible and reliable member of the galactic community. As the days passed, the galaxy continued to adapt to the new status quo. The Battlestar had initiated a process of realignment, with various species reassessing their strategies and relationships. The unfolding changes were shaping a new chapter in interstellar relations, one marked by both opportunities and challenges. Humanity's role in this new era was becoming clearer. The Battlestar had proven that humanity was a significant player on the galactic stage, and how they chose to navigate this newfound prominence would determine their future interactions with other civilizations. The galaxy watched with anticipation as humanity and its neighbors embarked on a journey of diplomatic engagement and strategic realignment. The Battlestar had set the stage for a new era of interstellar relations, and the coming months would reveal how this dynamic new chapter would unfold.